Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Jedi Night's Watch for another Hot Toys figure unboxing and review. My name is Graham, and today we have our first quarter scale Hot Toys figure that we're going to unbox and review, and it is the very first figure that Hot Toys ever made in quarter scale, and is the Dark Knight Rises Batman. And here is the towering box, and it looks pretty sick. I'm a big Batman fan, if you didn't know. And I do have the Dark Knight Rises DX12 with Armory Head 1/6 scale Batman, and I thought it would be really cool to add this to the collection as well. Hopefully it lives up to the hype, and that's what we're going to discuss today with you. I found this on eBay on the secondhand market. Yes, they are reissuing this figure in about another year, and it is pretty much going to be the same. But it comes with a couple different things, and the biggest thing is that awesome new diorama base. I just couldn't wait that long, so I picked this up maybe during that time if this is still in my collection, because we're going to see how much I do like it when I have it in hand. So if it is still in my collection, I probably will still get that base, maybe sell this, get that one, we'll see. But I wanted to get this in hand right now because I've heard this is a work of art from Hot Toys, and who doesn't want more Batman, right? So let's just take a look at the box. On the front, it's got like a almost like a 3D print of Batman himself and his cowl, and it looks pretty cool. On the top it says Dark Knight Rises, and on the bottom it's got 1/4 scale collectible. This is a sideshow exclusive, so it does have the empty cowl that comes with this exclusive. It is an interesting style of box. It's almost like an Iron Man where it slides in, but you have these flaps on both sides that hold it in. I'm not sure how I like those. They seem very delicate, very fragile. They could rip easy. One of my corners is already starting to rip, so I'm not sure how I like the design of the box, but I think just a slip over cover would have been great and would have sufficed. And then on the back we do have all of the creators and warnings from the figure itself. So let's just flip this guy down. I will try not to shake the camera too much, but here you get a good look at it. So we'll just try and like slide these out, and then we carefully like push it to one side here, and it's just, the box is older too, so it's a little bit more fragile, but I'm not sure I enjoy this style of box here. Alright, so we get the cover off. And when we open it up, we have this nice presentation. It says Dark Knight Rises Batman, quarter scale collection, and then this, I believe, just kind of pops off as well. And here we have our first look at the figure itself. And this thing is huge, guys. Even I wasn't expecting it to be this big, so that's pretty cool. There's a lot to look at here. So I think we're going to do a little bit different today. We're going to look at some of the accessories, but we're going to kind of gloss over all of the little features and accessories that come with the Batman because we've seen them before. So let's get them out. We'll show you the base and the accessories he comes with, and then we'll focus in on this figure. things that I do want to talk about first would be the head sculpt of Christian Bale. This thing looks awesome. It looks spot on to Christian Bale. I mean, I'm sure the new one's going to be even a little bit better with the paint application process improving each and every day. Yeah, it looks great. You even have like his, kind of like his mole right by his eye there. So just the attention to detail. The hair looks great. Not too much like white going on, like feathering into the hair, but that's okay too because, you know, this is more, to me, this is more like a Dark Knight Batman. It doesn't look like the older Dark Knight Rises, but I am perfectly fine with that. With the exclusive version, we do get the empty cowl, which is really cool, because if you do have the head sculpt, the Christian Bale head sculpt on, you can just use this. So that's really cool accessory to have. And man, this would even look cool just like on the desk or something, or, you know, used somewhere else in the collectible room. And the other head sculpt we get is the, gosh, I can't remember, but it's, the first thing that comes to mind is the X-ray vision, but I can't remember what that is. But you can see the mouth plates just kind of pop in like so. But yeah, so this lights up. There's a battery compartment underneath and an on-off switch. Don't think I'll be using that, but it's cool that they included it. And we do have a couple extra face plates here, so including the one that's on this one, we actually get 4. So that's really cool. I'm not sure about this one. This one, you know, maybe in certain poses. But for sure the one that I have on him right now is going to be my favorite, and that's probably the one that I'll use the most. So let's just take a look here. This is really kind of tough to get in and out though, because it is so big and the clamshell is so fragile. I kind of wish they would have went with more of like a styrofoam packing, just because this is so big. Now mine came with a velvet cape and a wired cape. Both are custom, so I do not have the stock cape that came with this guy, and that is perfectly fine because I know how bad those capes are for Batman. So here you can just see one of them, and here's the other. I'll probably be using this one. Alright, and here we have our first look at the Dark Knight Rises quarter scale Batman figure. And again, this guy's towering. He looks great. Pretty impressive. We have a I believe this is die-cast belt, and he's gonna just have really impressive features. I mean, the head sculpt looks great. You know, we've had some Batman head sculpts that don't look very good at all. One would be the DX12 specifically, but yeah, so far this guy looks pretty cool. There's gonna be a lot of different looks you can have. You can have him without the head sculpt, with the head sculpt, with the cape, with his kind of backpack from Dark Knight. There's just a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool weapons he comes with. So I think this guy is well worth the price, especially now that they reissued the Dark Knight Rises, the quarter scale number 1 or 001. So his price now on the secondary market has come down quite a bit, and he can be had for a decent deal. So let's just take a look here. Looking at the head sculpt itself, looks really cool. When we pop the head off, it is magnetic, just like the DX12 is and the Armory. And you have these movable eye systems here. They are singular, so you just got to make sure you don't have them looking cross-eyed and whatnot, but still really cool. And then that just goes on like that, and you can move it around. Coming down here, we have the nice Bat logo here, and then kind of like an offsetting color, just to kind of give this thing a little bit more depth. It's like almost like a gunmetal look, and then underneath the black here. All of these pieces are going to be glued on, so we just got to be careful with that if you're going to be trying to move the abdomen a lot. You know, Hot Toys doesn't always use the best glue, so just be careful with that. These shoulder plates are on elastic straps. Hopefully they don't come loose over time, but at least it gives you some movement when moving the arms up and down. And then the undersuit is like a fabric, so it should be pretty easy to move and pose this guy. Coming down to the belt, it's a really nice color. Again, I do believe that's like a stainless steel, at least parts of it, especially the belt buckle. It's definitely cold to the touch. We do have the back here. Just really cool. Again, the thing that worries me about this figure is just all these plates here glued on. I hope they don't come loose over time. But coming down, they do all have like different kind of color textures. This is like a dark black, and then this is more of like gunmetal, so they kind of give it a little bit more life. And then coming down to the boots themselves, Oh, they are not a split cut boot design. This is all one piece, but you still get some pretty good movement in it as well. The nice thing about this body, because it is quarter scale, it's going to be on ratchets. You can hear that. And same with the legs. So you're going to be able to get pretty decent movement out of this guy. So he should be able to get into some pretty cool poses. All right, to get the cape on, we're just going to have to stick the two ends of the cape right here in the shoulder holes there. So that shouldn't be too hard. This cape is a little interesting because it's not, I would think these ends would come out more so that you could be able to stick it in easier, but not so much. So let's just kind of do our best. And we'll do one at a time. I'm using this pen cap to kind of just jam these in. And hopefully that works. I don't know how accurate this is or who even made this cape. Again, this one came with the figure, so it's just kind of the one I have to use. It's not bad though. I don't know how exactly accurate it is because I would think the back end would kind of hang a little bit lower if we were going to be screen accurate. All right, but here he is with the velvet cape on, and it drapes nicely and it hangs a little bit longer than like his body, so it kind of hangs on the ground a little bit, which I do like. So it's not too short, but yeah, let's get this figure into some poses and talk about some of the things that I like and dislike about the figure. Starting with the things that I really like, the first would be that there's so much more detail in this quarter scale figure. The head sculpt looks great. The cowl sculpt looks great as well. Some of the previous versions of our Batman figures haven't really lived up to all the hype. The body proportions here look great. Just a very well done figure. The second thing that I really like is the fact that they tried their best to go about this base as a diorama base. They added a lot of cool accessories that you can move around and kind of play with. Again, this figure's been out for some time, and when they came out with this, they weren't really getting into the diorama bases like they are now. Statues are now becoming a very popular thing, and Hot Toys obviously needs to kind of keep up with that as well, so they've tried to dabble in bases being more of like the diorama style. The new reissue looks amazing with that base, and obviously I'd prefer that one over this one, but they did a good job and they give you a lot of cool extras. The third thing that I really like about the figure is that it's on a ratcheted body. This guy can be posable. You can bend his arms, unlike a lot of the other Batman figures that have come out in the past, the 89 Batmans, the DX2. The DX12 is still posable, but still not as good as this. The ratchets hold this guy in place, so you can do a lot of cool poses. Now for some things that I didn't like as much. The first thing would be these plates on the body. I believe they're all glued on. That does worry me over time how that will hold up. Will the glue start losing its adhesive and then the plates kind of peel up and whatnot? Will they shift? I am worried about that, so it's not something that I dislike. It's more of just a concern over time. The next thing is going to be the stock cape. Now, while I don't have that in hand, I have dealt with many Batman capes in the past, and they're all garbage. I don't know why Hot Toys can't make a decent cape for these Batman figures. You're putting in all of the work to make the sculpt just right, the body just right, the look just right, but then you give it this cape that doesn't drape well, it sticks out, it's not a good material. You got guys like Jackson Jew, Unreal Customs that do a fantastic job. I mean, it's not rocket science. Why can't we just do a good cape? The custom cape that I do have works well. It looks more authentic to the movie, but it's not perfect. I wish the tabs to stick into the shoulder plates were a little longer, just so it hung a little bit easier, but overall that's not a big deal. The third thing isn't anything that I really dislike or worried about, but I'm just a little on the fence if this is something that I need, being that I'm more of a 1/6 scale collector. I don't have a whole lot of room for the quarter scale, so I'm just not sure if it's something that I really need, so we'll see if I hold on to it or not. It's a great figure. It is super, super cool, but if I don't have any other quarter scale figures and I don't have room to display quarter scale figures, I don't know how likely I am to get more or possibly even hold on to this. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm not saying that I'm not going to keep them or anything like that, but I'm just not sure if I'm going to get more. I still think standing alone, this guy looks awesome, so I'm sure we're going to make it work, and we're going to have him looking badass in the collection. Alright guys, well thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoyed it. It really helps the channel out a lot. And if you didn't like it, you know, just double tap that dislike button so that I really know you didn't like it. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Be a part of the watch. This channel is about fun. This channel is about community and just connecting with you guys. So I appreciate each and every one of you out there. And until next time, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.